Today we will discuss about the concept that is wrapper class. What wrapper class is? We can say that wrapper class is used to convert primitive data types. For example, integer, short, byte, long, double, boolean, character. These are known as a primitive data types. So wrapper class is used to convert primitive data types into object and object into primitive. So both these things you can do, that is vice versa. You can convert your primitive into object and object into primitive. There are basically 8 wrapper class is available for each primitive data types. For example, let me write here primitive data type list, so you people can get the better idea. This is the list of primitive data types and this is the list of wrapper class. There are 8 primitive data types. You can say byte, short, char, integer, long, float, double and boolean. For each primitive data type we have corresponding wrapper class. For byte we have the class that is byte. So what is the benefit? We can use the functions of the class byte and we can convert our primitive into object and then we can access the function of the wrapper class. For sort, there is a class that is a sort. For char, there is a class that is character. For int, the wrapper class is integer. For long, the wrapper class is long. For float, wrapper class is float. And for double, wrapper class is double. And for boolean, the wrapper class is boolean. Let me save this program as wrapperdemo.java. Now what is wrapper class? We can convert our primitive into object and object into primitive. Let me give the demonstration of the same. For example, I have one class and that class is wrapper demo. Let me write here function main. This all wrapper class are available in java.lang package. So we don't need to import any package over here. Now suppose I have one variable and that is integer number is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I want to find it out the length of this number. Can I use the function and can I count the number of digit available over here? There are 6 digits in this number variable. So using primitive you cannot call the function, but you can call the function using the wrapper class. So you can do what? You can convert this integer into your wrapper. So you can write here integer number object is equal to new integer and you can pass your number. So now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is converted into object. And once it is converted into object, you can do what? You can do that string str is equal to number object dot toString. So you can convert, you can call the function that is toString. Using this number, you cannot call the function toString. But using this number object, you can call the function toString. So here you can just get the length. Once you convert your object into string, here you can get the length. So you can call str.length function and you can calculate the length of the number. You can save this. So here you can just compile your program, that is Java C wrapperdemo.java, and you will get a one warning. The warning is what? This is deprecated. Yes, you can directly assign your number, integer number into object. Directly you can do the autoboxing. So it is not required. But if you compile and run, if you run this Java wrapper demo, then you will get the length 6 over here easily. Why? Because this is a 6-digit number. But why I'm getting a warning here? I'm getting warning here that the Java did the deprecation of this constructor. No need to write like this. No need to write like this. You can directly assign your number into object. And this concept is known as a autoboxing. What is autoboxing? Autoboxing means automatic conversion of primitive into its corresponding class. So here what happened? This number is, that is integer primitive, and automatically it will be converted into the object. You can save this. Now here you can compile this particular program and you will not get a warning, right? And you can run this, and whenever you run this, you will get the length that is a 6. So this is known as a autoboxing. It means that your primitive will be converted into integer wrapper class, and as a result, what are the biggest benefit? The benefit is you can call the function of the integer class. Not only this, wrapper class is used in a collection also. Suppose if you are using a collection, for example, let me write here that is import java.util.arraylist. So array list is the collection, and what is the benefit? Suppose if you are writing here that is array list, and here you can create the collection. For example, array list al is equal to new array list. Now I want to create the collection of integer. So I cannot write here primitive because it accepts only object. So here you need to pass object only. So I cannot pass a primitive. If I am writing like this, then I will get an error. You can save this and compile your program and you will get an error, unexpected type. Now what to do in this case? To resolve this issue, it is very simple. You can create definitely an object of array list, but instead of here primitive, you can pass a wrapper that is integer. So if you pass here wrapper integer, then you will be able to compile this particular program. So if you compile this program, then you will not get an error. So you can say that wrapper class is most important whenever you are using the collection framework. Not only this, let me put this in a comment. Not only this, you can use the respective wrapper class for any primitive data type. For example, I have byte b is equal to 10. I have sort s is equal to 20. I have character ch is equal to capital A. I have that is integer, and that is I is equal to 100. I have long L is equal to 200L. I have float F is equal to 3.12 F. I have double B is equal to 3.14. And I have boolean B double L is equal to true. Now I want to convert all this my variable, that is all my primitive type, into wrapper. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You can create here instance of wrapper class, that is byte b object is equal to b. So you can say it's an autoboxing. So automatically your byte primitive value converted into byte object. You can write here sort s object is equal to s, character c object is equal to ch, integer I object is equal to, that is I, long L object is equal to L, float F object is equal to F, double D object is equal to D, boolean bool object is equal to boolean, that is B double O L. So you can say that all these are autoboxing. Why? Because I'm converting my primitive into corresponding wrapper class. So you can say that it is known as a autoboxing. Now I can print all this. For example, if I'm writing system.out.println, and if I'm writing that is I, and I want the I object. Now what is the benefit of I object? Using I object, I can call the functions of integer class. So you can print here I object. Here you can print that I want the B and B object. Here you can paste and you can print that I want the sort and sort object, as well as I want the double and double object, as well as I want the character C object. And here you can write that is I want the float and float object, long and long object. So here you can write that is bool and boolean object. You can save this. You can compile your program, that is wrapper demo.java, and you can run, and you will be able to see that that is your primitive and this is your object. This is primitive and this is your object. This is primitive and this is your object. So you will be able to access your primitive and object both easily, as well as you can call the function also. For example, if I'm writing the function that is I want b object dot, that is b is the byte object, so I can call the function that is byte value. I can call the function here that is I object dot int value, as well as you can call the double value, short value, long value, boolean value, all these functions. You cannot call this function using this I, but you can call the function using the object. You can save and compile your program. You will get the same result. It means that you can call the functions of integer class, byte class, long class. So it means that you can call the functions of the wrapper class if it is a object. And here I cannot call the function. This is the autoboxing. Then what is unboxing? Unboxing means automatic conversion of wrapper into corresponding primitive is known as a unboxing. For example, let me write here what is unboxing. Unboxing means you can say automatic conversion of wrapper to its corresponding primitive type is known as a unboxing. For example, let me write here, for example, I'm writing the object that is integer, and that is I object 1 is equal to, now I'm assigning the value that is 500. So we all know that this is an object, right? So 500 is the integer object. Now I'm creating a primitive data type, and that is integer. P is equal to I object 1. So you can say this is unboxing. I'm assigning my wrapper into primitive, and whenever you print this you will be able to access both. For example, I object 1, and you can call the P also, you will get the 500. You can save this, you can compile, and you can run, you will get the 500 over here. It means that you can convert your wrapper into primitive, and you can convert your primitive into wrapper. Whenever you are converting your primitive into wrapper, that is known as a autoboxing, and whenever you are converting your wrapper into primitive, it is known as a unboxing. So this is all about a wrapper classes. Wrapper classes is available in java.lang package.